friends. Today I have a book by the author of Rosie Revere, Engineer, which is one of my favorite books. And this one is called Sofia Valdez, Future Prez. And the author is Andrea Beatty, and it's illustrated by David Roberts. So the illustrations are the drawings, and there's always some great drawings in her books. And the words are great too, that the author does. Okay, so I'm going to start the book. Sofia Valdez, Future Prez. Sofia was a baby who got things done, helping her family before she turned 1. Look at that. She's already helping out in watering plants. She and Abuelo would be her grandfather, went out every week to help elderly friends around Blue River Creek who couldn't get out and about on their own and with no place to gather were stuck home alone. Look at this, they're getting groceries. During the pandemic, that's been such an important thing. People are helping each other. I know I go out and buy groceries for my parents every week because they don't want to go to the grocery store right now. Raking the leaves, taking pets for a walk, or just dropping by for a treat and a talk. Sofia Valdez did as much as she could for her family and friends and her whole neighborhood. A dreamer, a doer, a real-life go-getter. Most people like good, but Sofia liked better. Look at all of this that her and her grandfather are doing for other people. My sons used to have a dog walking business when they were kids, and they helped an elderly lady walk her dog every day. Oh, wow. This is going to be interesting to read. The words, look at the words. Look at how the words are. They're like in funny spots, so it makes it a little trickier to read. Each morning, Abuela walked Sophie to class. They walked home again along Blue River Pass, making plans, munching cookies, Abuela and girl, except for that Tuesday when Pup saw the squirrel. With a howl, Pup took off, racing all through town, over, under, beneath, and around. Sophia scrambled to try to keep up with the hollering man and the bellowing Pup. So I think she put the words like that because there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. A lot of chaos, as they would say, is happening. Right, here's the squirrel up here. And the dog is running off and it's up here. And the grandpa looks like he's going to fall over. Crazy stuff. Oh no, this is a sad page. Up the squirrel ran to the top of a hill made of leftover junk for the local landfill. They reached the tip top of that mountain of trash, which jiggled and broke with an ear-splitting crash. Oh my goodness. Look at all of that junk, friends. Should we do that? Should we just throw out all kinds of stuff just any old place? There's broken things. Oh my gosh, I see a doll there that's broken, missing its arms, and just all kinds of things. It's hard to even tell what everything is. Some milk bottles and a bone. I can't even tell what it all is. It's just a bunch of junk, and the grandfather's running up to the top of it. This can't be good. And it's not. Down they all tumbled and hit with a thud on a moldy old pumpkin surrounded by mud. Ew. Ouch, cried Abuela. He struggled to stand. A dangerous mess, he said, grasping her hand. Oh, look at the poor grandpa. He does not look like he's doing very well. And where's his shoe? Where is his missing shoe? I wonder what she's going to come up with to do to help. The next day, Sofia walked to school solo. Solo means by yourself. But it wasn't the same without her abuelo. This is not right, declared young Sofia, who glared at Mount Trashmore and got an idea. Look at all that trash. She's like, this is not right. Right? She thinks they need to do something about it. What could they do? Do you have any ideas? You could pause it and think about it. Say out loud what you think she could do with all of this junk. Gosh, now that I'm looking at We'll see pipes and books and cups and boxes and bottles and tubes and straws and apples, all kinds of stuff. The very next morning at dawn, she planted a sign at the front of the lawn. She stood back and smiled, and Pup gave a bark. Get rid of Mount Trashmore. Let's build a new park. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a great idea. Do you think other people are going to like that idea of hers? Each of her neighbors had something to say about benches and fountains and places to play, meeting spots, gardens, a basket for bees, a rubber duck pond, and a kiosk for cheese. She drew every thought on her map of the park, which was perfectly perfect by a quarter till dark. Sounds like they love her idea, right? They're giving her lots of thoughts on what to do. They don't seem to mind that she's a little girl. She has a great idea, so they want to support her, it seems like, right? Let's see what happens. She drifted to sleep in her soft, cozy bed, then bam! She woke up when a thought smacked her head. You ever have that, friend? You ever wake up with a thought that you had when you were sleeping? Her heart skipped a beat as she realized each one of her neighbors had said, "Let me know when it's done." They all thought Sofia could build it alone, but how could one girl do so much on her own? The weight of that thought made her tender heart ache as night thunder growled and she lay wide awake. Then dawn brought a storm and the gloomy sky wept and the heartsick Sofia finally slept. Oh, she's worried, friends. That is a big job for a little girl to do. Look, she has some people that she admires. She has up on the wall. Abuela baked cookies when Sophie got up. He gave her a bag full and sneaked one to Pup. He blinked back a tear as he hugged his Sophia. For courage, he whispered, Ti amo, mi vida. Sophia's knees wobbled. She felt weak inside. She looked at his ankle and quite nearly cried. Though she didn't feel brave or courageous at all, Sofia Valdez went to face City Hall. Okay, that's where the government of the city is, right? That's where the government is. She's going to go talk to somebody there. Wow, look at this. Look at that. Have you ever seen, in your town, have you ever seen the building that looks like that? Look at how tiny she is. And look how big that building is. That is kind of scary. She is super brave in my mind. She's very brave. The mayor's office sent her to room 401, the Blue River Creek Department of Fun, which sent her downstairs to room 302, the office of duck ponds and cool things to do, to the office of monkeys, the department of cheese, the division of fountains and meetings and bees, then down to the basement, so musty and cramped, where all the town's papers were stored and stamped. And that's where the clerk said what no one else did. You can't build a new park. You're only a kid. There she is. They sent her all over the place, huh? Before they told her no. I don't know. Do you think she could do it? Sure would be nice if some people would help her, at least. I'm glad she's got such a great idea and she's believing in it herself. The word smacked Sofia deep down in her heart. Her plan was kibosh before it could start. I think, said Sofia, I think that law's wrong. But her second grade voice didn't sound very strong. The clerk said, clearly, it cannot be done. Do you have any questions? Sofia said, one. If you were me and if I was you and he was your grandpa, what would you do? Well, said the clerk. Then she said nothing at all. She thought and she thought. Then she sent out a call to every employee throughout City Hall. Oh my goodness, maybe she's gotten through to this lady, huh? I don't know, maybe she's going to think about how she could help her. The entire government of Blue River Creek crammed into the office to hear Sophie speak. but her words jumbled up and her cheeks turned bright red. Do you ever have that? If you're embarrassed, your cheeks turn red? As a dozen emotions rushed into her head, or mad, or scared. Sometimes your face changes color. Her heart beat so loudly she thought it would crack. The crowd leaned in closer. Sofia leaned back. Then her arm brushed the edge of the old cookie sack. Remember, her grandpa sent her cookies to remind her that he loved her. That was the moment when Sofia first knew being brave means doing the things you must do. Though your heart cracks with fear, though you're just in grade 2. She's only in 2nd grade. Look at, they're all listening to her, though. That's really great that they're listening to her idea. She took a deep breath, looked the mayor in the eye. The mayor is like the top person in charge of the city's government. And though her knees wobbled, she held her head high. Sofia started talking. She spelled out her plan and why it all mattered and how it began. And once she got rolling, she had lots to say about meeting spots, monkeys, and places to play, and other ideas for things they could do to help the town elders and other folks too. Elders are the older people of the city. She had thoughts on the library, thoughts on the zoo, and perhaps a way to combine the two. Wow, look at that. Look at all her great drawings, all her ideas that she had created. Let's see some of them, right? I love cheese. Maybe a fountain of cheese. Baskets for the bees. Rubber duck pond, right? With a rubber duck. A library for monkeys. A kiosk for cheese. She must like cheese. Place to buy cheese. Cheese for everyone. Monkeys love books. Loan a llama. Wow, that would be cool to be able to check out a llama from the library. The zoo library, it says. That's so cool. All right, cried the mayor. Go start a petition. If the town wants a new park, we'll form a commission. So a petition is where people sign, like if you want something to happen, you ask people if they'll sign it. So then the city will know that you've got a lot of people that support you. A lot of people want what you want. And so young Sofia got right to work with some help from her family and Pup and the clerk. Hey, she really turned around the clerk. So look, they're walking around with signs saying, let's build a park for everyone, sign our petition. See, look at the poor abuelo. He's got his cane because he got hurt. Bark for parks. That's cute. Right? So she's hoping to call people's attention so they'll come over and sign her petition. Wow. Then others joined in, not all but a few, like Miss Leela Greer and the kids in grade 2. Wow, look at all the people out supporting her. Lots of signs about scientists need parks. We can do it. We love parks. Architects for parks. Look, it's Rosie Revere. We need more green. Get rid of Mount Trashmore. Lots and lots of cool signs and supporters. Sign our petition, please. See if she gets enough people signing. Okay. There were hearings and surveys and taxes to figure. Then bulldozers, cranes, and a blue baker digger. They all built that park. That's how it got done, with the hard work of, by, and for everyone. But it began with the dream of one person, just one, who laced up her shoes and then led the way to help Blue River Creek get a new place to play. Now, every evening till long after dark, the town comes together at Citizens Park. They're calling it Citizens Park. They all hold this truth to be self-evident, that Sofia Valdez could grow up to be president. Until then, Sofia, that real-life go-getter, helps Blue River Creek get better and better. Here she is. Wow, that's so cool. I hope she does get to be president one day, right? She shows that she cares about the community and tries to work hard to make it better. So that's a good start to wanting to be president, right? The end. Hope you enjoyed the book. Sofia Valdez, future Prez. And I'll see you soon.